people receive Jesus or they do not have Jesus. And that's why it's so imperative that we share the good news. That was the end of our lesson that Brother Brian was teaching this morning. The third point was share with somebody about Jesus Christ this week. Tell the good news about Jesus. In our text, verse 23, we're in Luke chapter 11. Verse 23, listen to what Jesus said. Listen. He who is not with me is against me. That's what Jesus said. He didn't say, if you're not with me, well, come on, just hang on, be good. He said, if you're not with me, you are against me. And he who does not gather with me scatters. And this goes against the grain of our American upbringing. There is no neutral. There's no sitting on the fence with Jesus. You can't say, I'm not religious, I don't want to do all that stuff. You go ahead, that's fine, whatever you want to do. But I'm not evil, I'm not bad, I pay taxes, I've never killed anybody. I'm neither one. I'm an agnostic, that's the word. Agnostic is, I don't know. I'm just kind of in the middle. There's no agnosticism in the Bible. Jesus said, if you're not with me, you are against me. And so to illustrate, he tells the story in Luke chapter 11. An impure spirit comes out of a person. It goes through arid places seeking rest and does not find it. And then it says, I'll return to the house I left. And when it arrives, it finds the house swept clean and put in order. It goes and takes 7 other spirits more wicked than itself, and they go in and live there. And the final condition of that person is worse than the first. It doesn't say a lot for self-help 10-point plans. We want to make New Year's resolutions. We're going to get better. We're going to start exercising. We've already quit that. It's 14. That's already done it. We're going to eat right. That worked all the way till the fudge pie last week. Self-help groups, and we're going to improve ourselves. We're going to get better on our own. I'm going to do it my way, get better. And Jesus says, you get your life all cleaned up your way and get rid of these bad habits, and Satan's going to bring in more evil than you've ever thought of. It's going to get worse without Jesus. He's the only way. He illustrates that. So we come to John chapter 3, and Nicodemus, the Gospel of John chapter 3, Nicodemus comes to Jesus. He's a religious leader. He knows all things. He knows all the answers. But he comes to Jesus, and he starts in with this big, Jesus, we know you're a prophet. We know that you're all these things, and you're sent from God. And Jesus says, hold it, Nicodemus. You must be born again. I kind of stopped the conversation. You must be born again. And Nicodemus, smart aleck, how can I enter my mother's womb and be born again? What are you talking about? And Jesus says you have to be born of flesh, but you also have to be born of the Spirit. And then he explained to him what that meant. He said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him, Jesus, will not perish,